Welcome to the Kevin Montero Show. In this particular show, you're not going to see my face because I have it pointed at something that I'm looking at so that I can do what I'm doing. I would like to just tell you all a little secret. Some of the people that I'm about to talk about, I'm really impressed with them. These are some make it happen people. I'm on my wife's friends list. I think some of them are my friends too. I'm not sure. Maybe they are. I think they are. But I want to talk about these people because to me they're absolutely amazing people, and I also want to use this as an example of the kind of stuff that you could do in your show. Now, I'm using a smartphone. I'm using a Moto phone, which is an Android phone, to do what I'm doing now. And remember, the emphasis on what I'm saying now, which is very positive, is not, oh my goodness, how come this guy can't use better editing techniques? Or how come I can't see what he's doing? It's merely just to make an example that you could do this too. First person I want to talk about, who I think is an amazing person, is Shemaine Abbott Morehouse. This lady is amazing. Let me tell you about this lady. She started a business. She works from her home. She inspired me to come to Florida. One day me and my wife came to visit her in her lovely house in Florida, and we was cold and she was warm, and her and her friend, it was warm enough for them to be in a pool, and she was introducing my wife to an online business. Amazing person. She's married now. She does amazing things. This guy here, if you can see him closely, this guy could build a house with his bare hands. I mean, I don't even think he can read. He's not that computer literate, but he can literally build a house. I've actually worked with him a little bit. He builds houses. He can build any house. He could put a door in a house. He could do anything. He's like a carpenter. He's like an electrician. He's like everything. He's built houses. He does very well in North Carolina. He used to live in New York City, upstate New York City. This guy here, Keith, this guy here that you see here, this guy here, he's amazing as well. He does the nunchuckers. He's very, very smart. He's another inspiration. He puts a bunch of stuff on the internet. He sends me a lot of stuff too. And he's one of the heavy hitters on Facebook. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the heavy hitters are the ones that come up on the top of the friends page. Like this is Jillian's friends page. So they're also my friends too, right? As well. John Mark, amazing guy. I remember when he was growing up, he'd always say he wanted to be a businessman, and now he's taking care of business. So he did fulfill what he said he was going to fulfill. Those of you who know, y'all know who I'm talking about. Okay, let's see who else there is. I found out that this is Andrea H. Chin Young is a cousin of mine. And I didn't know that at first. She called me up and she says, do you know my mother? And I was like, huh? I don't know. But then I did figure it out. My father used to hang out with Minerva. They were very good friends. And Minerva married my grandfather's brother from the Montero family. He's a Cape Verdean guy who is Cape Verdean, Portuguese, something mixture like that. I never met him. This lady here, Jezebel Garcia, I give her a shout out. I'm thankful to her because she's the reason why I live in my nice house. That was a long story, but I like to thank her for that. The house that we live in, I mean, we've learned some clever techniques thanks to Jezebel Garcia. She doesn't know that, but she's the reason why we're here in a lot of ways. This guy here, Mark Garcia, is amazing because he found the love of his life while they were in my house. We was having an event. We had an event at our house. We used to have these big events in our house, and I kid you not, they met in my house. I'm so proud to say that they met in my house. So, and now they're in love with each other.
Married.
They're married now.
He's a soldier.
Susan Wiley, she lives the awesome lifestyle. She travels the whole entire world doing this, that, and the other. I mean, she really has a good time. She raised some really amazing kids. They're just making it happen. I shout out to those kids too. Now, every person I'm talking about, I don't want to continue to keep going and going and going and going and going because, it's just going to be a little bit redundant. Everybody else. But anyway, my main point is that the same format that I just did, that's one of the shows that you can do. On your show, when you do your show, you could just shout out to somebody. You don't have to make no elaborate thing. You just take your phone and point it at the screen and kind of just go over recognizing some of the people that's on your friends list. And then you can put that recognition in video form and you could kind of talk about it. And of course you say if you ever left anybody out, please don't be offended, don't be mad with me. Sometimes you can shout out to friends that you recognize on somebody else's friends list. Let me give you an example. This is Jermaine Abbott Morehouse's list. And these are her friends, right? So if I want to recognize somebody, well, I don't recognize any of these people. These are my wife's family. But they're amazing, beautiful people, right? Beautiful, beautiful people. I don't recognize any of them, though. I've heard stories about some of them, right? So, but that's just an example. And of how something like that can happen. But they do it, like I said, you can do that. Okay, this is me again. This is what my friend list looks like. Oh, okay, good. They're on there. Yeah, these are my friends. I think are these my friends? I think these are my friends, yeah. Okay, this is my list. So these are my friends that I'm speaking about on the list. Wow, that's awesome. So I got a lot of friends. Yeah, this is my friends list. And Des Braxton, this guy's an awesome musician. Oh, James Rankine, this guy made it happen. He did a wonderful job. He went in the army and now, I remember he had a crush on this girl. And he's doing good and she's not. And now he's married. And he has the love of his life. I remember he met her too. And this lady here, this is one lady I don't even know. My wife met her in a garage sale. Right? This lady right here, Brianna House. What an amazing inspiration. This lady here, if you're going to do business and a kind of a nutritional business or wellness kind of business, follow her example. Get in contact with her and ask her. Like I said, I'm not plugging her, by the way. I'm not pitching for her. I'm just saying that she's an example of if I was to do a business, like one of those nutritional businesses, I would probably do it like her. In fact, there's a very good chance I might even pick her brain about some of her techniques, The way she does her page is awesome. She she's his mother, friend, Jesus girl, Thriver. She's in this company, some company she's working in, and she's always on Facebook, all the time. She's always doing Facebook. And she was on Facebook 13 minutes before I made this video. She does this thing, smile, friends, your day positive, and maybe even somebody else's. She's amazing. She got pictures of her before and after story. She lost weight. She has her babies on there. She has 704 friends. One day I'm going to grow up to be like her. And I'm sure she's extremely successful with what she's doing because she's putting on Facebook. These are her friends. Right? I don't know none of her friends. I'm one of her friends. Wow, I'm one of her most active friends. That's awesome. That gives me promotion. So I should really say good things about her. So if you want something you never had, you have to do something you've never done. Live. That's the name of the company she's working in. So she's doing that thing. And this is some of the things that her people are doing. They're doing amazing things. And Hey, you know what? I might check that thing out that she's doing. I just might do that, you know. Wow, I'm kind of impressed here the way she does things. If I do this, I'm doing it with her. I'll tell you that right now. If I do this, I'm doing it with her. Okay, but anyway, I'm very impressed with her. What else? And by the way, I'm talking off the top of my head, and my wife is kind of nudging me. She's walking back and forth, like, "What are you talking about? What kind of trouble are you about to get yourself into? You're not going to say anything bad about your friends or my friends, right? No, I'm not going to say anything bad. I'm not going to do any controversial stuff when it comes to my friends. I'm only going to say good stuff. This lady here is an amazing person. She doesn't know this, but she was a superstar. When I was a kid, I always thought she was a superstar. And I was like, I got a superstar in the family. This is my aunt. She's a superstar. She's back to doing her stuff again. She's back to doing her... she started way back in the early days. That's her. Superstar, singer, the one on the left. And one of my family members, she's one of the reasons why I'm the way I am, because she was the one that brought me out and says, Kevin, you can do anything. She was like, she's my aunt, and she taught me all kinds of things. I recognize her too. I noticed that my
Yeah, just see she's from the Toys.
she's from this group called The Toys, and she's a celebrity. And let me see. And she has 680 friends. She beat me. And these are some of her friends. And I'm the second most active friend she got. Isn't that awesome? This guy Keith does more stuff on Facebook than I do. And this other guy here is my cousin. I don't know what that name is. Some name he put on there. Marpler Pastorius. I don't know what name he goes by. I think it goes by Coyotes right now. Or, I don't know. Anyway, you ask him. But anyway, he's an amazing guy, too. He was an amazing martial artist. And looks like the second, third, fourth most active person. I recognize this person is a cousin of mine. And, well, I can't talk about some of these people because I don't really know them that much. I mean, sorry. So, what you have to do is... And by the way, this file I'm putting on my YouTube channel because it won't fit on my Facebook. It won't upload. So I'm going to send, it's a link to my YouTube channel, shout outs and recognition of people that I know. You can do exactly the same thing I'm doing. You can shout out and recognize people that are rocking and rolling, that has had an impact on your life. And like I said, I'm doing it off the top of my head. Off the top of my head. And this is a show, right? I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think right now I'm looking at June Montero's timeline. And guess what? I'm on there, because I'm always putting stuff on there. And let me see if she has any other stuff on her timeline. Yeah, this is her timeline. So anytime you do something and you put it on Facebook, it shows up on your friend's timeline. And every time you put something on there, right? If you put something on there and you're talking about another person and it shows up on a timeline, that person's probably going to look at your stuff. They're going to say, well, what did he say about me? But always, if you're going to talk about somebody else, always say something positive. Don't say anything negative. Don't do that. That's not good, you know. Okay, right now this is her timeline, and you can recognize a person by their timeline. This is how you can know a person, because what happens is when a person puts their own stuff on, their stuff always falls on their timeline first. And if people reply to their stuff, that means that those are people are in a Facebook relationship with that person. Okay, I just wanted to just say that this morning when I woke up. Thank you.